and we're trying to come up with answers using your authority on this question. Can an illegal immigrant become legal after 10 years?
It is a really good question. And, I'm sure a lot of people might want to know the answer to that question. And also, there is something that everyone should know, okay? As you know, okay, in order to get the right answers, you have to know what would be the right questions to ask, okay? And this question, can an illegal immigrant become legal after 10 years? Okay, it kind of has a short answer, no.
Okay.
Okay,
It's being asked a lot. Can you elaborate, please?
But right, so it definitely might require an explanation, because a lot of people keep asking it, right?
A lot.
So let me put it this way, and there's a lot of other people who prey upon immigrants. Their lack of knowledge how things work in this country, their lack of familiarity with immigration law. Right? I mean, not many people are that familiar with immigration law.
Of course.
And I think we did a number of segments on basically on shysters who take advantage of it.
Yes,
right?
We had a whole video, 1 or 2. You have to be really beware of immigration fraud and beware of paralegals posing as experts on immigration law. You have to go to an attorney, and that's why we invited you to educate the public whether you could, after such a long passing of time, become legal, or that's just a myth.
Exactly. And you know what they say? They say that you cannot get fooled unless you want to get fooled. And, there's nothing that's more attractive to people who don't have papers here, who are illegal here, than the possibility of getting them, becoming legal, being able to feed their families. Okay. Right. And then all of a sudden, somebody tells them, oh, you know what? I heard somewhere that you might be able to get your green card after 10 years of living here, right? And, now, is it true? Is it not true? The smart ones will get a consultation with someone like me, will listen to one of your videos, but the ones who are not doing what we call their due diligence, right? Do their research, right? They might just call the next shyster who is willing to take their money, right? So the short answer, everyone should know this. Okay, guys, you are not automatically eligible to get a green card just by the virtue of you living here for 10 years. Okay, now, and I'll tell you where this keeps popping up in. Okay, so there is something that might be available to some people. Okay, and we'll go over.
So there is some basis to this.
As usual, there is.
Yes, we'll say there is no fire without smoke, or there's no smoke without fire.
Exactly, right. That's exactly what I was thinking. The same metaphor, but basically, the 10-year rule. Okay, where it comes from is basically from something like this. Okay, so imagine that you've been living here for a while, no status. Okay, illegal. Okay. And then somehow, one way or another, you end up in immigration court, okay, for your deportation proceedings. Okay, we covered a bunch of, a bunch of issues that have to do with deportation proceedings. I mean, we don't have time to go over it right now. But one thing that you guys should know, okay, if you do end up in immigration court, okay, you cannot ignore this. This is one of those times when you would need proper representation, okay? But if you are already in immigration court and you've been living in the United States for 10 years or more with no status, no criminal record, once again, there's always exceptions to what I'm saying, but in most cases that would mean no criminal record, have U.S. citizen relatives, and you would be able to convince the judge that you being deported, being separated from your U.S. citizen relatives is going to result in an extreme hardship to them. Okay, really extreme, above and beyond regular separation from family members, which, if you ask me, is an extreme hardship, but not according to immigration law. Okay, so if you could prove to the judge's satisfaction that it will it will cause an extreme hardship if you're separated from your relatives, or if your relatives have to follow you to whichever home country you're from. And you could show to the judge that you've been living here for 10 years or more.
I see.
The judge might, your particular judge might give you a green card. And that's where that 10-year rule comes from. So only for a very specific set of immigrants. Now, one thing that I kind of want to let all of our viewers know, okay? Because I know what's going to be your next question, because there is there's a million consultations that I give regarding this issue. Okay, so your next question is probably, once you think about it, is okay, how do I get myself in front of the immigration judge? I've been living here for 10 years or more.
That's a good question. Great question.
Yeah, it is a good question. And let me put it this way. I think we did a segment about a law professor who was disbarred for doing precisely that.
Yeah.
Oh, and some other things, but
yeah, he was actually arrested for immigration fraud because he was promising everybody this green card after 10 years, but turns out it's not so simple. It's not so automatic.
And you probably don't want to to take that chance and put yourself in front of the immigration judge for what's going to be your deportation proceedings. Okay, just on an off chance that the judge might might show mercy on you and let you remain here and get you your green card. As I said, what most of us think of an extreme of what an extreme hardship is not, unfortunately. The immigration law is cruel. Okay, so don't play with it. Okay, or at the very least get an independent assessment.
Yeah. On that note, I want to summarize what you said, because you made some very important key points here, that it is by no means automatic for you to get status after 10 years. So if somebody promises you that, if it sounds too good to be true, run away and call a qualified immigration attorney, not a paralegal. And one such attorney, of course, is Yakov Spektor. The phone number is on the bottom of the screen for consultation.